Dandot Bandan Ankbar, Sarab-Kala Samarath, Dolan te rakho Prabhu, Nanak de kar hath, मैं मूर्ख की केत बात है, कोट पराधी तरिया रे, गुरु नानक जिन सुनिया पेखिया, से फिर गरबास न परिया रे, ज्ञान ध्यान किच कर मन जाना, सार न जाना तेरी, सब ते वड्डा सत गुरु नानक, जिन कल राखी मेरी, सब ते वड्डा सत गुरु नानक, जिन कल राखी मेरी. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So, just to start off with, just congratulations to all the Sangat here. Because why am I saying congratulations for? First question already. So, why am I saying congratulations? What was the date today? Christmas Day, 25th. Hanji, anyone else? Okay, so I've got Guru Gobind Singh's birthday over here. Who agrees with that? Put your hands up if you think it's Guru Gobind Singh's birthday today. Okay, so who thinks a bit different? Or do you think it was worded a bit different? Should it be worded a bit differently?
Not like body just like came through.
Hanji, so just some small differences that we just point out there. So we wouldn't say birthday is good though, you're learning straight away. So we wouldn't say birthday, we say instead of Tadapurab. And just basically they're coming into this world. So celebrating Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj coming to this world. And not to touch upon it, because it's not part of the talk today, and I'm sure Saroop Singh went through in their Katha as well, that when Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj came to this earth, at that time, it was like a change in the whole world. There's so much pap, so much sin that was happening at that time, and the beings on earth already, so the great Mahapurush, the great saints, they could feel something different. So Bhai Veer Singh, a great scholar, talks about this, and they say the whole world, all the great saints could feel that something special has come to this earth, and they're asking this question to Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, not in the physical sense, but like through the spirits, the world that we cannot see. And they're saying, who are you? What's the reason for you coming to this earth at this time? And that's when Guru Maharaj says, Ham he kaj, jagat mo aaye, dharma het Gurudev pathaye. What that means that Ham he kaj, for this reason, this kaj means this reason, this mission, this job, jagat mo aaye, I've come into this jagat, I've come into this world, dharma het Gurudev pathaye. That my Vaiguruji has sent me on this earth to set up dharma, to set up righteousness. And throughout the Jivan of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, they held this dharma, they showed us his righteousness, but they also had this one key thing here, Chardi-Kala. Okay? So, straight away, another question for you guys. What does Chardi-Kala mean? Hanji Penji. Optimism. Nice. Anything else? Anyone want to add to that? Or think differently? Hanji Viji. High spirits. Lovely jubbly. That's a good one as well. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. So just to give you an introduction, the contents, what we'll go through today, just very simply, we're going to go through what is Chardi-Kala, what does it actually mean, where did Guru Sahib Ji get the Chardi-Kala from? Okay, so if you look at ourselves, for example, and we may be an optimistic person in high spirits, but it comes from some place. Okay, we may go from our parents, from our friends, basically our Sangat, or from Guru Bani, from Guru Sahib Ji as well. How was that Chardi-Kala infused into us? So we talk about Guru Gobind Singh Ji having this Chardi-Kala, these high spirits, but then how was that transferred now into us, into the Panth, into the Guru Sikhs, that I went through yesterday in the Katha as well. Then afterwards, Chardi-Kala, the Khalsa Panth. So these two kind of link together. Sukhdeep Singh will carry on with this part here. And then what can we take away from this talk? What can we apply into our lives? So something that we try to do as Prachariks, as people that talk about Sikhi, who try to preach it, is that how can we apply it into your lives? What can you take away from today's talk, from this camp, and apply it into your lives? That's so important. So we used to go to a Mahapuruk's house, and the Mahapuruk always say to us that if you're going to go to a Gurdwara Sahib, like don't just rock up for a second and walk back out. You should always leave the Gurdwara Sahib learning something. And I was guilty of doing that. I'd walk inside Matha Tek, I'd walk straight back out. And so I was like, and that day I needed to go Gurdwara still, and I was going to make it a quick one, go inside, Matha Tek and leave. So that day I decided, okay, I better sit down now and try and learn something. And that's what we should all be doing. Whether that's going to a Gurdwara Sahib and reading the board for the Hukamnama Sahib and learning what is Guru Sahib saying to you that day. Learn something. And the more you start to read Gurbani, the more you start to understand Gurbani, and you can walk into the Darbar Sahib and the Kirtanis are singing a Shabad, and you may understand that Shabad and think, that's a teaching for me for today as well. So every single time we go to the Hazuri of Guru Sahib Ji, try and take something away. So, what is Chardi-Kala? I used a few dictionaries, just look at definitions. The general definition of these words, Chardi can mean rising, increasing, etc. along those lines. Kala can mean spirit, authority, power, strength. These are different words that are given. Again, a lot of these things can be subjective as well. We can have our own opinions of what they are. And to me, very similar to what Benji was saying, Mandeep Kaur, about Chardi-Kala. To me, Chardi-Kala is like energy. Okay? It's like energy. We'll go through this later on, different types of energy, but it's basically positive energy. Okay, so like optimism. This is the way I look at Chardi-Kala, and it all links rising spirits. It's all positive energy. And this is something that all the Guru Sikhs had. Okay, so I use the word Guru Sikh. Someone who's a Sikh of the Guru has become one with the Guru. They have this quality of Chardi-Kala. They always have this positive energy. And again, now we can ask the question. The first question was, Guru Gobind Singh Ji had this Chardi-Kala, but where did they get it from? Does anyone have any idea where Guru Sahib Ji could have got that from? Anyone? Okay, so like the Sangat of Mahapurukhs, is that what you mean? Like the company of Mahapurukhs? I'm talking about Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. How do you think they got their Chardi-Kala? Oh, they connected. Yes, that's a great answer. Anything else? Benji? Yes, so another one we could say also is from their father as well, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, who taught them so much as a child. Of course, Guru Gobind Singh was the form of Vaheguru, but this is all a play. So Guru Sahib Ji says themselves, this whole world that we live in is just a big play. And Guru Sahib Ji showed themselves with their father, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. So Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji gave him that Chardi-Kala as well. So if we just look at the history very briefly, I'm not going to go into it much, but when Guru Gobind as a young child meets their father, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, after a long time, so they've been born, it's been many years have passed as a child, and they've never met their father. And when they finally do meet their father, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, and it's talked about as a beautiful meeting. The first time they see their father and Guru Sahib Ji sees their son, they hug each other in embrace. So they still have that love for each other that we may see on like a worldly level, because at the end of the day, it's love. And it came to a time now where Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, if you know the history, they had to leave. They had to go to Delhi and give their head. And the history goes very briefly that actually Guru Sahib Ji goes, at that place, 3 of their beloved Guru Sikhs became shaheed before them. So Bhai Mati Das was cut in half, Bhai Sati Das was burnt alive, and Bhai Diyala Ji was boiled alive. So I'm sure we've all heard that history before. And then Guru Sahib Ji's head was taken off. They were made shaheed as well, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. And what's something that's quite key here that we should realize at this time is that if we look at Guru Gobind Rai as a child, so this is like an artist giving a picture of what they would imagine happened at that time, how Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji would hold their son, Guru Gobind Rai. So the father would always hold their son and love them with so much love, hold him in embrace. So before Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji leaves, they're holding their child in embrace with so much love. But it's only a few months later, only a short while later, when it's the other way around. Bhai Jeta Ji brings the head back of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, and now the son is holding their father. They're holding the head of their father. So at one point, they're being held by their father, this young child, and now the child is holding the head of their father. Look at how it's twisted, how it's changed. It's flipped completely the opposite way around. At this time, something that we can see in history as well, if you read the different books, the different grunts about what happened at the time, we can listen to Katha as well. And many people say, and many people write that actually at that time, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Guru Gobind, they asked the question now. They didn't ask this question, did my father cry? Was my father screaming out in pain? Does anyone know what Guru Gobind did I asked at that time? Hanji. So were there any other Guru Sikhs around the Sangat at the time? So look at that moment, such a a depressing moment, a sad moment. You're holding the head of your father, your Guru, and what is the question they ask? They ask about the Panth. They ask about Sikhi. Just in that one instance there, that is Chardi-Kala itself. Guru Sahib, you're always thinking about the Panth. And obviously the answer was that Maharaj is hard to tell. Everyone looks the same. You can't differentiate between the different people. So what did Guru Sahib do at that time? They gave a bachan at that time that one day I'll make such a form, such a Khalsa, that they stand out throughout the whole world. So how am I going to link this? If you look at this pankti by Guru Sahib, this line, it says, Jab laga Khalsa rehe niyara, tab laga tej diyo mein sara. They say, Jab laga Khalsa, as long as the Khalsa remains unique, niyara he means unique. Tab laga tej kiyo mein sara, diyo mein. Jab laga Khalsa rehe niyara means to be unique. As long as my Khalsa remains unique, tab laga tej, I'll give them all my tej, all my power, diyo mein sara, everything to them. Now at that moment, when you can imagine if you're holding your beloved father, their head in your hand. Now that pain that you must be going through, how did Guru Sahib take that pain, that energy that they had, they used it and they put it into the Khalsa. That tej he means power, and with that power, they put it all towards the Khalsa, to make the Khalsa and to make them niyara as well. So this idea of energy, it can be used in a negative way, or it can be used in a positive way. And this is what Guru Sahib illustrates. They use that energy, that pain that they must have been going through, because of course, sometimes with this idea, Guru Sahib never cried. Does that mean that Guru Sahib doesn't have a heart? Guru Sahib doesn't love their Jar Sahibs, are they don't love their father? Of course they did, but they accepted hukam. So something that's been talked about a lot throughout the talks as well, but they still had that love, they still had that energy. Everything is energy. And for that reason, they took this and they used that energy to make this Khalsa Panth that we see today. So we'll talk about the Khalsa Panth now. We're going to later on when Saroop Singh carries on the presentation. But that Chardi-Kala, if fusing the Khalsa Panth, I'm going to take it further into history to maybe 100 years ago, maybe even just over 100 years ago. We have many Mahapurukhs. So can anyone name some of these Mahapurukhs that I'm putting on the screen? I didn't say all of them, but thanks, that's fine. Hanji. So just something about Baba Harnam Singh. I've told this quite a few times that there's such a Mahapurush, such a great Guru Sikh that their face will glow so much. You can even see in the picture, this is the actual picture, you can see how much their face is glowing. If you watch their videos on YouTube as well, you can actually see how much their face is glowing. And like we say in Japji Sahib, Nanak te mukh khojle keti shuti. Now those faces of those great Guru Sikhs, they always shine and they save many people as well. And if you read their book, they talk about a time where their face was shining so much, they did a ardas, a benti to Guru Sahib Ji to please take away this glow, because people realize that, I'm glowing and, then they're going to come and maybe even worship me. So Guru Sahib Ji accepted their benti and took away their glow, but still their face glows so much. So how much do you think it must have glowed before they did that ardas to Guru Sahib Ji? Now, does anyone know who this great Guru Sikh is as well? Gyani Guru Bachchan Singh Ji. So Sant Gyani Guru Bachchan Singh Ji, Khalsa, and another great Mahapurukh as well. And just reading their Jivan, just reading their lives as well, you see the Chardi-Kala that they had. And I won't go too much into it, but the next one is, of course, so look at the smile. I've tried to find a picture of Sanji smiling. And that's the answer in itself, that we don't even sometimes say the actual name. We just call them Santaji, right? So just to illustrate how much Chardi-Kala that they had, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to play a short clip for you guys of one of their speeches. So if you guys go onto YouTube, you can find a lot of Sanji's speeches, and just listen to it very carefully. I played it to some of my family members who are not into Sikhi much, so I want to test it on them to see if they could understand it with subtitles as well, and they understood it very clearly. So hopefully all of you guys can. The subtitles are quite big as well. We have the audio as well, so please listen carefully and just listen to Sanji when they talk just a quick background on what they're going to talk about is just before the attacks in 1984, they're telling the Sangat to be ready, okay, at this time, and explain different situations that are going on. And when I watch the speeches online, you can imagine that you're there, you're thinking, whoa, man. Like, you could just feel the energy in the room. You think, like, you get a bit of a pump in it. You're just sitting there like, a laptop screen, right? Obviously, I'm on the sofa and I'm not going to do much. But still, you get a bit like, air comes into you. So I'm going to play it for you guys now. And just listen to it very carefully, okay? I'll warn you guys, Jakarta does go off. So don't be shy to give a jawab to the Jakarta, yeah?
ਕੱਲ ਵੀ ਖਬਰ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ, ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਨਿਤ ਨਵੇਂ ਪਿੰਡਾਂ ਚੋਂ ਜੱਥਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਪਿੰਡਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਵੀਰੋ, ਸ਼ਹਿਰਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਵੀਰੋ ਤੇ ਮਾਈਓ ਭਾਈਓ, ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਚੇਤੇ ਰੱਖਿਓ, ਸਬਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਰ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਆ, ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ ਹੁਣ ਜਰਨਾ ਜਰਾਂਗੇ। ਵੈਸੇ ਸੰਤਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਜਰ ਕੇ ਚੱਲਣਾ, ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਹੈ, ਚੱਲਾਂਗੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਥੋੜਾ। ਪਰ ਇੱਕ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਰਦਾ, ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਰੱਖਿਓ ਤੇ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਵੀ ਰੱਖੋ। जिस दिन पता लग जाए कि दरबार साहब की हदूद अंदर पुलिस ने टकसाल ते पंथ दे मुखी संत बाबा हरचंद सिंह जी लौंगोवाल नूं ते इस स्थान की बेअदबी करने वास्ते ते सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ खत्म करने वास्ते हमला कर दिता है। मैं दृढ़ता सहित अपनी जिम्मेवारी नाल गल कहनी चाहुंदा, किसी दे जुम्मे ला के नहीं, कि जितने नौजवान ते बुजुर्ग जो कुछ कर सकते हो, जेड़े सिख वखरी कौम की विरोधता विच लगे हुए हैं, सिखी स्वरूप नूं भैड़ी निगाह नाल तक के ते फिरका परस्ती फैलाउण विच लगे हुए हैं, जेड़े सिखां दा खून पीण ते तुले हुए हैं, जिस दिन इत्थे हल्ला कर देण तुहानूं पूरी तसल्ली हो जाए कि इन्होंने हमला किया है, उस दिन मैं समझांगा तुहाडा सतगुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी ते निश्चा ते दास नाल प्यार तां होवेगा जे शहरां ते पिंडां विचों एक एक गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब दा निंद चुन चुन के मारोगे तां सवाल आउणा। पर यह नहीं कि कोई ऐवें जाके कह देवे ते घबराहट विच नहीं आउणा। ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਯਕੀਨ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਪਰ ਇੱਕ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ, ਇਹ ਨਾ ਐਵੇਂ ਭੁਲੇਖੇ 'ਚ ਪੈ ਜਾਓ ਜੀ ਇੱਥੇ 4 ਸਿਪਾਹੀ ਜਾਂ 200 ਜਾਂ 1000 ਨਾਲ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਜਾਣਗੇ। ਇਹ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰੇ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਚਿਰਦਾ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੈ, ਇਹਦੀ ਚਿੰਤਾ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਆਉਣ ਦਿਓ ਸਹੀ ਕਰਾਇਆ, ਇਸ ਪਾਸ ਨੂੰ ਢੇਰੀਆਂ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਟਰੱਕ ਭਰ ਕੇ ਤੋੜਦਾ, ਵੇਖੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਨਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਕਰੋ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਚੁੱਕ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਜਾਣਗੇ। ਹਾਂ, ਮਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਲਿਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਕਿਤੇ, ਉਹ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਹੋਣੀ, ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ। ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਸਰੀਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਵਾਸ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਨਿਸ਼ਚੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਭਾਵੇਂ 20-30 ਲੱਖ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦਾ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦਾ, ਜਿਉਂਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਿਆ ਸਕਣਗੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ। ਪਰ ਇਹ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਆ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੀ ਸੱਜਣ ਕੁਝ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੀ, ਮੈਂ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ। ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੰਤ ਜੀ ਜੋ ਕਹੋਗੇ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਫੱਟੇ ਚੁੱਕ ਦਿਆਂਗੇ। ਮੈਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਚਲਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆਈਆਂ ਨੇ, ਤੂੰ ਚੁੱਕ ਕੇ ਲਿਆਉਣੇ ਆ, ਉਹ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਲਿਆਉਣੇ ਚੁੱਕ ਕੇ, ਤੇ ਗਾਂ ਰੱਖਣੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆ। ਉਹ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਨੰਗੀਆਂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ, ਇਸ਼ਟ ਦੀ ਬੇਅਦਬੀ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੀ, ਸਰੂਪ ਸਾੜ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਿੱਲੀ 'ਚ ਵੱਢ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਢਾਹ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਸਰੂਪ ਚੁੱਕ ਕੇ ਸੜਕ ਤੇ ਸੁੱਟ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਨਿਰਦੋਸ਼ੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਮਾਰ ਦਿੱਤੇ, ਭੈਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨੰਗੀਆਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਦਾਓ ਕੇ ਪਿੰਡ 'ਚ ਤੋਰਿਆ ਗਿਆ। ਕੱਲ ਖੁਰਦ ਥਾਣੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੀਬੀ ਨੂੰ ਨੰਗਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਪਿਤਾ ਨੂੰ ਪਰਪਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ, ਅਮਰਤਾਰੀ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੇ ਮੂੰਹ 'ਚ ਤਮਾਕੂ ਭੁੱਕਿਆ ਗਿਆ, ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਜ਼ਰਬੰਦ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਪੱਟ ਚੀਰ ਕੇ ਲੂਣ ਭਰਿਆ ਗਿਆ। ਤੇ ਉਹ ਫੱਟੇ ਚੁੱਕਣੇ ਕਦੋਂ ਆ? ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਇੱਕ ਰਾਤ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ ਆ ਗਿਆ, ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਫਲਾਣੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਰੂਪ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗ ਲਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਮੈਂ ਤੂੰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਸੀ? ਆਦਾ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਕੋਲ ਹੀ ਆ। ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੁਣ ਜੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਲਾ ਦਈਏ ਫਿਰ ਚੰਗੇ ਨਾ ਰਵਾਂਗੇ। ਤੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਹੈ, ਗੁਰੂ ਕਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ, ਤੇਰੇ ਗਾਤਰੇ ਕਿਰਪਾਨ ਹੈ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਹੋਣਾ, ਦੋ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਨਿੰਦਕ ਤੇ ਧੀਆਂ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਦੀ ਇੱਜ਼ਤ ਤੱਕਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਕੋਈ ਵਿਅਕਤੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੁਆਫ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ, ਬਾਕੀ ਸਬਰ ਰੱਖਣਾ। ਜੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਨਿੰਦਕ ਨੂੰ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸੋਚ ਕੇ ਝਟਕਾ ਕੇ ਗੱਡੀ ਚੜਾ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਂਭਿਆ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਭਾਈ ਕਰਤਾਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਭਾਈ ਮਹਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਪਿਆਰੇ, ਬਾਕੀ ਉਹ ਨਜ਼ਾਰੀਆਂ ਜਥੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਕਿ ਪਿਆਰ ਸਹਿਤ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਰਹੋ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਾਸਤਰਧਾਰੀ ਹੋਵੋ, ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਕੇਸਦਾੜਾ ਨਾ ਕਟਾਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਛੱਡ ਦੇਵੋ, ਅਮਰ ਛਕ ਕੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਹੋ। ਬੋਲਦਿਆਂ ਕੋਈ ਗਲਤੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਤੇ ਮਾਫੀ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ।
So, as you can see from the video, you can see just a Chardi-Kala, the energy within Sanji's voice. So, if anyone wants the links to like all these videos, then I'll send them to you guys afterwards. I'll put a link up on the screen afterwards. So, it's cool, man. It's amazing. It inspires you so much. And just in the Vidyalaya, so when we teach every single week, you learn a lot from the students as well. And one of the students said that like Sanji would go to the barber shop to go and speak to other Sikhs as well. Like, you know, why are you doing this for? Why you want to cut your case? Just imagine that kind of prachar. That instead of street prachar, it's like barber prachar, isn't it? You go to the barber shop and you're speaking to you. That's how much love Sanji had for the Guru Sikhs. And that was their prachar, to draw the people to Guru Sahib Ji's charan. Okay, to unite people with the feet of Guru Sahib Ji. And just very briefly as well, just a quick story about that happened in about March time or April, when we was at Gobind Singh Ji's house. I think it was his birthday around that time, if I remember correctly. We had a Singh's day, so we got some food in, you know, like vegetarian soya food, like Mr. Singh's, that kind of stuff. And at that time, there's only like one or two people in the room with Bhai Sahib. And just randomly, he just goes like, bro, he's like, you know, just chill out, yeah? Because, you know, in this life, we're on a boat, and Guru Gobind Singh is the captain of that boat. Okay, and we're just passengers on that boat. Is that why do you have to worry for? When you've got Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj as your captain, then you have nothing to worry about. And the thing with Guru Sikhs is that they don't have to speak literal Gurbani, but everything they say resonates with Gurbani as well. And Guru Maharaj says it in Gurbani as well. They say to us, Guru Jahaj, you say the Guru is the boat. I say, Kevat Guru, that the Guru is also the captain as well. And they say, Guru bina tariya na koe. So without the Guru, no one crosses this ocean. No one crosses over this life and gets back to Vaheguruji. So just something for us to think in our lives, that, you know, if we're on that boat of Guru Sahib Ji, being a bit cheeky now, but you know, when we give our head to the Guru, we're on that boat of Guru Sahib Ji. We've got our ticket. We're sitting on that boat, and now we don't have to worry. Of course, we still worry anyway. That's us as human beings. But just know that Guru Sahib Ji now is taking care of us, and Guru Sahib Ji is guiding us. Now, just one last story of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj before I pass it on to Saroop Singh. Guru Maharaj at one point had everything. So if we just look in 1699, when the Khalsa became Pargat, it became manifested at that time, and Guru Sahib Ji had everything. There was in Anandpur side, that place of Anand, that place of complete bliss, everything you could imagine, all their beloved Guru Sikhs around them. People like Bhai Alam Singh, who is one of their great friends. And many people say that Guru Sahib Ji and this Guru Sikh will crack jokes with each other. So they had this kind of relationship with some Guru Sikhs as well. So many beloved Guru Sikhs, their Char Sahibs are there. They had their Mataji there at the time. So many different riches as well. Of course, Guru Sahib Ji wasn't attached to them, but they had a beautiful castle. They had so much money, so much wealth. But at that time when Guru Sahib Ji took off the 5 heads of those Panth Sikh, and then afterwards Guru Sahib Ji was asked a question by the Panch Pyare about, we've given our head, but what will you give? At that time, I'm sure we all know, Guru Sahib Ji said, I'll give you everything. But Guru Sahib Ji also says it in Gurbani as well. And Guru Sahib Ji says to us at this time, they say, Mo grehe me tanate. Mo grehe means that my home. Mo grehe me manate. Me tanate, so he said that my tan, this body of mine. Manate, the mind that I have as well. Sirlo tanahe. They say, Sirlo, take my head. Tanahe, take all my wealth as well. Sabhi inhi ko. Sabhi, I give everything to the Khalsa Panth. They've said it themselves in their Bani as well. I give everything to you guys. Their home, their body, their mind, their wealth. Everything, you can take it, all of it. And they demonstrate that, because if you look at Guru Maharaj, imagine this time in Nampur Sahib, on that day in 1699, where they asked for a head, thousands upon thousands of people are standing there, sitting there, and they want to give their head to the Guru. Guru Sahib Ji has everything, but there's a time in Guru Sahib Ji's life when they have nothing left, physically in the world. Nothing left. They've lost everything. Now, Guru Maharaj at this time, We went through the history yesterday, but I didn't cover this part, which is just before. And Guru Maharaj leaves Jamkor Di Gadi, and they leave this fortress. And Bhai Veer Singh Ji Wai say quite cool. And they say that when Guru Sahib Ji leaves, they make a plan with Bhai Daya Singh, Bhai Dharam Singh, and Bhai Mana Singh that we're going to leave together, 4 of us. And then in the Gadi remains Bhai Santa Singh and Bhai Sangat Singh. Their 2 Sikhs are going to stay and they're going to hold the fort. And as Guru Sahib Ji leaves, they're meant to leave together. But the problem here is that Guru Sahib Ji is such a great horse rider. They're so fast that they're too fast for Bhai Dharam Singh, Bhai Daya Singh, and Bhai Mana Singh. So Bhai Veer Singh Ji Wai says that Guru Sahib Ji is so fast that they disappear already. And the others can't catch up. That's how great Guru Sahib Ji was as a horse rider. And then Guru Sahib Ji makes their way into the jungle. And as they're making their way in, Guru Sahib Ji, as you can imagine, like many of the other Guru Sikhs at that time, were starving. They had no food to eat, they had no water, and they've been fighting for so long. So Guru Sahib Ji comes towards a tree, and on that leaf of the tree, there's almost like milk. So Guru Sahib Ji has something to drink and continues on their journey until they meet these 2 people within the jungle. And they're looking for their buffalo. And as they're looking for the buffalo, they come across Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, and they're like, look, it's Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, quickly, let's catch him. But the thing is, Guru Sahib is saying, they give him a chance. They give him 3 chances. The first chance they say is, no, just be quiet. You don't have to say anything here. But they carry on shouting even louder. So Guru Sahib Ji starts to chuck wealth at them. Like, take these diamonds, take these riches, and just be quiet. But again, they don't listen. And now they take out their khanjar, they take out their dagger, and they come to attack Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. And Kavi Saroop Singh Ji Wai, at that time, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj slaps them both in the face. Yeah? And they even say that when they slap them in the face, they slap them so hard, yeah, that their teeth fall out as well. And they go mute, they're unable to talk. So like, whoosh, pop in their face, right? And then they can't talk. And then obviously now they can't tell no one, because obviously they can't talk. So, and obviously they just got, beaten up, so I don't think they want to say anything. So Guru Sahib Ji continues on their journey. And again, we've got to imagine that Guru Sahib Ji is really tired physically, and all they want to do is rest. They've been on the road for so long. It's been 6 to 8 months now. And Guru Sahib Ji has been traveling and traveling and traveling. And as Guru Sahib Ji is walking, like we said yesterday, shale on their charan, on their feet. Their feet were completely battered at that time, so they come and rest. So this picture shows like a big rock, but they would say that actually Guru Sahib Ji had like a metallic, like a bowl that people used to put in wells to get the water out. So they had this small little bowl, and they wrapped in a piece of kapra, and then they laid their head on that, and they went to sleep at that time. And the way Guru Sahib Ji slept is that they slept with their back towards the tree and the bushes, so they were guarded from behind, and they were facing the way that the enemies could come towards Guru Sahib Ji. And with on their hand, they had a scratch guard on. So when you have a bow and arrow, you'd have this scratch guard that stop your hand from getting cut, for example, when you're using the bow. So to keep it on them, so they're always tiyar ready in case anyone comes to attack Guru Sahib Ji at this time. So this is what's happening on one side in Machhiwara. On the other side, we've got Bhai Daya Singh, Bhai Dharam Singh, and Bhai Mana Singh looking for Guru Sahib Ji at the same time. And as they're looking for Guru Sahib Ji, going through this jungle, they're not resting. Until they find Guru Sahib Ji, not going to rest at all. And they keep on coming. The sun is rising at the same time. And as the Suraj is coming up, the light is shining down. And on that scratch guard of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj is shining off and is going out into the jungles as well. And Bhai Mana Singh spots it. They spot the light and they say, Guru Sahib Ji must be that way. So they go towards Guru Sahib Ji. And then when they see Guru Maharaj in this state that Guru Sahib Ji is in, Guru Sahib Ji did this for the Panth. And if you ask Guru Sahib Ji, they accepted this. If you look at Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, they say to us, Jai Sukh Dehe Tato Jehe Aradhi. So that if you give me Sukh, I'll still do Aradhana, I'll still worship you. Then Maharaj says afterwards, Dukhapi Tu Jeti Ai. So even if you give me Dukh, I'll still love you anyway. I'll still keep my concentration on you. And we'll look at this in the next slide, how Guru Sahib Ji did this, linking back to Chardi-Kala as well. So they meet Bhai Daya Singh, Bhai Dharam Singh, Bhai Mana Singh. Guru Sahib Ji, Bhai Dharam Singh straight away comes and starts to massage the feet of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. And that's when Guru Sahib Ji awakes. So we leave the history there. But to look at the Chardi-Kala, when Guru Sahib Ji is in this state, so people like Gyani Gan Singh, who talk about Guru Sahib Ji on this journey, that night before the sun rose in the morning, Guru Sahib Ji was walking, and what were they doing? They were singing Gurbani. Okay? That was their Chardi-Kala. they always related it back to Gurbani. And we may have heard this Shabad, it's a very famous one. I would sing it, but you don't want to hear me sing it. But anyway, Guru Sahib at this time uchars this Shabad. They start to sing this Shabad, and it's quite beautiful because if you just look at the title of it, it's called at the start, Khyal Pad Sahi Dasvi. So Khyal Hai means the state of Guru Sahib Ji, what they're contemplating at this time. Pad Sahi Dasvi of the 10th king, Guru Maharaj, Guru Gobind Singh Ji. This is their Chardi-Kala. Just in this Bani, you can see how much Chardi-Kala Guru Sahib Ji has, how much positive energy they have as well. And they start with saying, Mitra Pyare Nu Hal Marida Da Kehna. This is their hal, this is what they're contemplating at that time. And it's saying, Vaheguru, Mitra Pyare Nu, oh my beloved Vaheguru Ji, my beloved friend. Hal Marida Da Kehna. Hal Hai means my halat, my state. What am I feeling at this time of this murid? Murid Hai means like a servant. This lowly servant of yours, Guru Sahib Ji. Da Kehna, I'm going to tell you what I'm feeling at this time. So you can imagine how beautiful this is. Guru Sahib Ji is walking through a jungle. They've got nothing left on their physical body. They've lost everything. They've lost their sons, they've lost all their Guru Sikhs, and they're on their own now. But they're still saying this. Tudu bin rog, rajaya da orden. Say, Tudu bin, without you, rog rajaya da orden. They say, this is rajai, this like a blanket they can put over you. In this cold, in Machivara, it's like a disease to me. So orden means to literally put it over you at that time. So Guru Sahib is saying that without you, just having a rajai in yourself is like a disease. So how can we relate that to ourselves? When we go to bed, obviously it's cold now, so we put a rajai on top of us. But Tudd bin rog, without you it's like a disease. So when we go to bed, what is something we should do before we go to bed? Sohela Sahib. So Rakhe the Shabad and Sohela Sahib. Without doing this, we're in the same state as well. Whether Guru Sahib is in Machivara and we're in this nice mansion here, it's the same thing. Without doing a Sohela Sahib, that rajai is like a disease as well. So something that we can apply into our lives, 5 minutes. Who's not got 5 minutes for the Guru before they go to bed? Nag Nivasa da Rehna. So this Nivasa, this home that we may live in, it's like a home of Nag means snakes. Rehna means to live within. That living in this home without you is like living with snakes. We're almost like a snake ourselves. Because if you look at a snake, the way a snake lives is that actually it removes its skin and it gets a new skin. So it keeps like letting go of its skin, shedding its skin, it gets more skin. But the same thing stays inside the snake, which is a zehd, which is a poison. So in the same way, we can move from house to house, wear different nice clothes, etc., nice cars, but without you, Guru Sahib Ji, we still got that poison inside us. So we're never truly going to understand you, and we're going to keep on coming and coming and coming. This is the poison, and Guru Sahib Ji, this is something that we can still relate into our lives as well. They go even further, and they say to us, Sool Surahi, Khanjira Piyala. So Sool here means like a something very sharp, so like a thorn. Surahi is talking about like a flask. So in those days, it was quite a luxury to have these kind of items. Khanjan here means like a dagger. Piyala means a cup. So they're given different items that you may have in your house. So these things can be very dangerous to you because we start to get attached to these worldly items. But Master, they can stab you in the back as well. They're not going to stay with you. Binga Kasaya da Sehana. That actually, these are like a butcher. So Kasaya is talking about a butcher who chops animals basically. So they're referring to someone who chops up bakare, so like goats. So Guru says, saying this is like just being chopped with the axe. This life that we're living, if we're living in these worldly things, attach them, but without Tudabin. So you can lay it all back to this first part, these 2 words. Tudabin, without you, Guru Sahib Ji, what is the point? This is all poison anyway. And then Guru Sahib Ji finishes off this Shabad here by saying, Yarare da sanu sathara changa. He said that, oh my friend, that actually, Sanu Sathara Changa, this Sathara means this floor that I'm sleeping upon, this dharti that I'm sitting upon right now, this is Changa, this is great to me, to sleep on this floor. Because they say afterwards, Patha Kherya da Rehna. Kherya here means actually living in the world with worldly items. So these things in this world, it's like a pot, it's like a furnace, a really hot place, da Rehna, to live in that place. Because if it's without you, Tudabin, Without you, Guru Sahib Ji, then it is all poison anyway. It's all like a furnace. What is the point of all of this stuff? This is what Guru Sahib Ji says at that time to Vaheguru Ji. Look at that Chardi-Kala of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. So I'm just going to pass it on to Saroop Singh now to carry on the presentation.
So you've been through lovely examples of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj about how they lived their life in Chardi-Kala. They're talking about Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. We can't not talk about the Khalsa. So when we're talking about the Khalsa, we're talking about Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj in one way. Because Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj created the Khalsa. And we'll go through the presentation that I've put together here about how the Khalsa represents everything that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj had, and that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj lived for the Khalsa. Without the Khalsa, Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj says that Khalsa meri jaan ki jaan. That without the Khalsa, I cannot live. The Khalsa is everything for Guru Sahib. So we'll find out who is the Khalsa. First we'll understand who is the Khalsa. The Khalsa literally is the army of Akal Purkh. Is the army of God. That's what the Khalsa is here for. So I went through in the Katha about how in the Rupa Dushdaman, when Akal Purkh gave that order to Dushdaman, they go, now you're going to go into the world as Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj and you're going to start up the Khalsa. Taram chalavan sant obaran, dush se ban ko mood obaran. But how are you going to destroy all the dust, destroy all these evil beings, these tyrants? How are you going to do that? Maharaj goes, taram chalavan. Through spreading taram, spreading righteousness. And then from Guru Sahib, they asked Akal Purkh, how am I going to do this then? How am I going to be able to spread Dharam? After Maharaj goes that, now you're going to start this Panth, Nirmal Panth. Nanak Nirmal Panth chala. So now from the time of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, they start the Sikhi Panth. Now this Nirmal means pure. They start this path of these pure people. So from the start of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's time, the words we use Nirmal Panth, meaning the pure Panth. And the word we now use is the Khalsa Panth. You know what's the Khalsa Panth? What's Khalsa mean? You will never go? Khalsa. Hanji, pure. So now Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, all they've done is change the word. They said Khalsa Panth. From time of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Nanak Nirmal Panth chala. So the whole idea of the Khalsa started from Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's time, but the hukum was now given to Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj to actually start the Khalsa. So you see here Maharaj goes, they go, Khalsa mero roop hai khas. My complete form is the Khalsa. The Khalsa is my pure, my truest form, and I reside within the Khalsa. Khalsa main hoon karo nevas. That Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj said, within the Khalsa I reside. So when Guru Sahib built the Khalsa, they created the Khalsa. They built these amazing Gursikhs through their Bani, through their inspiration, through their Kirpa. They made these amazing Gursikhs. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, they created the Khalsa, and they go, now the Khalsa is my roop. And how did the Khalsa come about? We mentioned before, the hukam, the order came from Vaheguru Ji themselves. Maharaj goes, Pragatyo Khalsa, Parmatam ki Mauj. So the main word here is Mauj. Mauj here means the happiness and the blessings, you could say. Mauj hai, todi mauj hai. We use this kind of language. A lot of the Khalsa, Nihang Singh, we use this boli, they go, teri mauj hai, todi mauj hai. Means todi marji in one way. But Mauj literally means your happiness. Todi khushi hai, jo marji kar lo. So that's what here, they're saying that Akal Purkh's Mauj, their wish, their happiness was to create the Khalsa, so that's why they created it. So the whole point of me going through this is that the talk was Chardi-Kala. We're saying that now within the Chardi-Kala of Vaheguru, the Khalsa was created through the Chardi-Kala of Akal Purkh themselves. So the status of the Khalsa is really, really high. Supreme. The Khalsa is seen as supreme in the eyes of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj themselves. As Sukhdeep Singh went through yesterday in the Katha as well, Maharaj talks about how supreme the Khalsa is to them. They go, in he ki kirpa. Usually we say the Maharaj di kirpa hai, Guru Maharaj di kirpa kiti hai. Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj saying the Khalsa, in he ki kirpa saje hum hai. Through the kirpa of the Khalsa, Guru Maharaj is saying that I have come to be. Through the kirpa of the Khalsa, Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj always bring everything back to the Guru Sikh, back to the Panth. Something very, very unique. You never see, like, for example, Guru Sahib, they were seen as they're the Guru, they're the leader of the Sikh Panth. Rarely would you ever see the king or the leader of a religious path ever say something about their followers, their disciples, saying that, oh, because of them, praising them. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, again, like when we just said before as well, like how you see this picture here, when Guru Sahib themselves actually gave their head, they offered everything to the Khalsa Panth as well. They go that whatever is mine is the Khalsa's. I'm giving my head up to the Khalsa. I will give everything, my family, to the Khalsa as well. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, very unique example of that Chardi-Kala. How Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj didn't see, they saw themselves, they were a wealthy king, they were a spiritual king as well. Bardo Alam Shah Guru Gobind Singh. They were the king of both worlds, this world and the world after as well. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, even in that state, they were this roop of Akal Purakh themselves, there was so much humility and so much kirpa that they had, they actually gave everything up to their disciples, i.e. the Khalsa as well. So in Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj's writing, they say, Jajan Pajan Mam Khalsa, Khalsa Puj Be Jog. They talk about the Khalsa here. They go, the Khalsa, Jajan Pajan Mam Khalsa. They go, my bhakti, my meditation, my devotion is of the Khalsa. Jajan Pajan Mam means me, Khalsa. Jajan Pajan Mam Khalsa, Khalsa Puj Be Jog. Puj Be means to be worshipped, Jog means worthy. And the Khalsa is worthy of worship as well. And how can we worship the Khalsa? Even today, if I see all of you here as my Khalsa brothers and sisters, when we're here doing seva of another Gursikh is doing actual service of Guru Sahib and actually doing worship of the Khalsa as well. Same way Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj did as well. And no matter how little it may be, whether it be giving someone some prashada pani, helping someone do something else, whatever it may be, helping that Gursikh impia, seeing them as that form of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, whoever they may be, seeing them as the form of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj is also a bhakti as well. It's also a form of devotional worship. And seeing the Khalsa the same way as Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. If you want to see the world in the same way that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj saw the world, same way as we went through before, how Guru Sahib saw everything in such a completely different spectrum. How even their father, holding their father's head in their hands, they still asked about the Sikh Panth. If you want to be able to see the world in that spectrum, you've got to be able to see how Guru Sahib saw the Khalsa. Serve the Khalsa the way that Guru Sahib served the Khalsa. Khalsa Puj Be Jog. And Maharaj goes, Das Gobind Fateh Khalsa. Das here means a servant. Das Gobind Fateh Khalsa. Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj is saying himself, I'm a servant. Das Gobind Fateh Khalsa. Fateh, all my victory, anything, all the victories that I have, that is of the Khalsa as well. So when we meet another Gursikh, what do we say? Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Fateh Khalsa. All the Fateh, all the victory, wherever it may be, whatever it may be in, that Fateh is of the Khalsa as well. So Maharaj said the reason we always say Fateh to each other is to remind ourselves of the mission of the Khalsa and of what Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj lived for. Even within Ratnam in old text, it talks about how a Gursikh should live their life. It says that what should a Singh do when they meet another Sikh? They go, Aage avat Singh jo paave, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh bulave. Whenever a Gursikh sees another Gursikh, you should say Fateh to them. Maharaj also talks about, again, his other granths, about Prem Samara Granth, it talks about how doing Fateh, how much kirpa you get from saying a Fateh. The Singh, if I meet another Singh and I say Fateh to them first, Guru Maharaj goes, but if you don't even think twice about the Fateh and you see another Singh, Maharaj goes, my face is towards you. We talk about being Gurmukh and Manmukh, as Alamji Kaur went through in the morning about the Manmukhs and the Gurmukhs. If you want to really be Gurmukh, have Guru Maharaj's face towards you, Maharaj goes, you say Fateh without a second thought when you see another Sikh. And Maharaj goes, the one who gives that response, they go, Mera modda udin ala, I'm standing with that Gursikh. But the one who hears that Fateh and doesn't give that jawab, doesn't give the response back to the Fateh, Maharaj goes, Meri petha ude one. My back is towards that Gursikh that doesn't give the response to that Fateh. You're looking at that Singh and he's a Fateh to you, you just walk off, or you're like, yeah bro, what's up? So he's saying something else, not understanding this actual Fateh that Maharaj has blessed us with. So when we take that Amrit as well, what do the Panch Pyare do? That Panch Pyare is Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj's mouth himself. They go, Bol, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. That is Guru Sahib Maharaj's mouth speaking to you now, saying that Fateh. So when we're understanding that Maharaj here himself is saying Fateh of the Khalsa, then we're starting slowly, our vision of seeing the world like Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj saw in that Chardi-Kala, it will start to develop even more. They go, Dars Pars Mitte So. Guru Maharaj has given such a huge padavi to the Khalsa. They go, just by having darshan of the Khalsa, all my dukh have been destroyed. Just by having darshan of another Gursikh with pyar. The olden days, it was very hard to have darshan of Guru Ansal Ji Maharaj. Many Maharajas, Saroop and Singhs were living in the jungles. Many different states that the Khalsa had to live in. And really, now Maharaj is saying that when these Gursikhs would have such a thirst to meet another Gursikh, such a thirst to have seen another Gursikh, that would literally be darshan of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. That is one of the forms of Guru Sahib himself. So, eventually, as time goes on, after 1699, in 1704, when the Khalsa are fighting in Chamkaur Sahib, when the Sikhs are fighting. There's 46 with Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, and they're fighting in Chamkaur Sahib. And eventually it's almost a futile battle. All the Singhs are going out and they're becoming shaheed. The Singhs are going out with that mindset that Maharaj said that tusi shaheed hona hi hai. And the Singhs are getting riled up. They go, Maharaj, Chardi-Kala hai fir. They go, if we're going to die fighting for Dharam. Dharam mein het Gurudev pathai. That Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj sent in this world to start up Dharam. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, they implanted and they proper dred karke. Dred means to truly implant within someone. Maharaj taught this to the Sikhs that this is what you're here to do. This is why you're sat here. You stood here with me in this Chamkaur di Gadi. You're out here to fight for Dharam. So these Guru Sikhs, without a doubt, they without a second thought, they would go out and they would become shaheed, fighting for many, many hours at some of them. So eventually it came to a point when Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj decided that now I'm going to go out into the battlefield. So Guru Maharaj ne apne shastar sajaya, kambar kasa sajaya. They put on their weapons, their armor, the malla sajaya, they were about to go out into the battle. And as they were getting ready, the Guru Sikhs, they saw Maharaj was going to get ready and go out into the battlefield. And again, Maharaj said themselves, they go, it's futile, we're all going to become shaheed. Everything that's going to go out, they're going to get killed. But so when they saw Guru Sahib going out, but about to go out into the battle, they go, we can't let Guru Maharaj become shaheed. So 5 Singhs get together. 5 Guru Sikh come together and they stand in front of Guru Sahib, they do benti, haath jod ke benti kiti hai. They go, Maharaj na jao, please don't go. And Maharaj, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, they said Satvachan. So now Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj is saying to them, they're saying to them, you're going to do a benti to me, but I'm going to take that on as a hukum. I'll accept that. Why? Because the Panch Pyare said to Guru Sahib, they go, Maharaj, when you blessed us with that Amrit, when you blessed us with that Amrit Didat, Maharaj, you gave us that Padvi, you gave us a high level. You asked us what we'll give to you. We said we'll give you our head. And Maharaj, what you said you give to us is your head, but also your family, everything you sacrifice. Maharaj, this is our humble benti to you now. Please don't leave. And Maharaj, they talk about how, why were they Panch Pyare? Why are they talking about Maharaj said to them that I reside within the 5? So we hear people talk about numbers and significance of numbers. Numbers isn't a huge thing within Sikhi, but we will see the number 5 come out a lot. And Bhai Gurudas Ji, they confirm this. They go, Ek Sikh, Doe Sadh Sang. So when there's one Sikh by themselves, they're a Sikh. Doe Sadh Sang. When there's 2 Sikhs together, it's Sadh Sangat. But then they go, Panji Parmeshwar. When there's 5 Sikhs together, that is a roop of Parmeshwar, of God themselves as well. So I was talking about this with a few of them in the Satkar workshop that we had. And they're talking about 5. And one Guru Sikh put this very beautifully. They go, why is 5? Why is Maharaj gave Panch Pyare, Panch Kakar, all this? They go, why? Because this body is made of Panch Tat. This body is made of 5 elements. And within that, they have given us the 5 vices, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Hankar. But then, to actually try and help ourselves, remind ourselves to stop going towards lust, anger, greed, attachment and pride, Maharaj gave us the Panch Kakar. On top of our Sarir. That Sarir that's made of 5 elements, within that there's that 5 Vikar, and then Maharaj gave us the Panch Kakar. But where do we get those Panch Kakar from? Is from the Panch Pyare. And then the Panch Pyare are there to give us that Kakar, give us that Rahat, to destroy those 5 Vikar, and then also to become mukt from this body of 5 elements as well. So again, going back to how Bhai Gurudas said, Panji Parmeshwar, that there are 5, Maharaj resides within that 5, because there are those 5 inside of us that we're meant to fight as well, and we can only do that through the kirpa of those 5, i.e. the Panch Pyare in the Amar Sanchar as well. So Guru Sahib has given a lot of vadiyai to these Panch Guru Sikh. Maharaj goes, Je vad hove vadiya. But Maharaj goes, I reside within these 5. That's why you cannot do an Amar Sanchar with only 3 or 4 things. There has to be 5. So Guru Sahib eventually they about to leave, and they, to try and give a bit of, to put a bit of doubt and to play a bit of tactics with the Mughals, they go, I'll give my roop to somebody called Bhai Sangat Singh. Bhai Sangat Singh actually looked like Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. They're about the same age. Bhai Sangat Singh grew up with Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. They looked very similar. So they go, if you give this Singh the Kalgi, Maharaj took off all their bani and they gave it to Bhai Sangat Singh. They go, now you will have that roop. So now they had become that roop of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. But when Maharaj did that, they go, Guru Khalsa, Khalsa Guru. So now they said that roop of the Guru is now within the Khalsa as well. But how can the Khalsa be the Guru? Many people will ask this. Maharaj is saying that this is Khalsa mera roop hai khas. Roop means that form. Khalsa mera roop hai khas. But then in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, they talk about not just the Khalsa, they talk about the individual Gursikh. Maharaj goes said that Guru Sikh, Sikh Guru hai. Now this may seem a bit crazy to some people, like Sikh Guru hai. Maharaj saying Guru Sikh, Guru da Sikh, Sikh Guru hai. That Sikh is also the Guru. Why? And Maharaj gives us the example right here. The answer right here. Eko Gur Upadesh Chalai. Because the Guru and the Sikh give Upadesh. Upadesh means the teaching. They give the same teaching. If the Gursikh is truly a Gursikh, they're going to teach nothing but what the Guru teaches. So that roop, that words of that Gursikh are the same words as Guru Sahib themselves. So Maharaj gave this vadiyai to the Gursikhs as well, and they made that complete when they gave the, when we say Khalsa di Gurta, they gave that level of Guru to also the Khalsa as well. That doesn't mean that we put Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj to one side. This is where people may get a bit confused. Maharaj is saying that you got the Guru Panth and you got the Guru Granth as well. The jyot, the light and the teachings of the Guru are in Gurbani, in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. And that roop, that manifestation of that teachings is within the Khalsa. Those ones, those Gurmukhs, those Gursikhs, Sikh Guru hai. Why? Only when they're doing Eko Guru Upadesh Chalai can they truly become that form of the Guru. So, talking about the Chardi-Kala, the high spirits of Akal, meaning God here, of Vaheguru. So, Maharaj here, going back to how when the Panth, the Khalsa Panth was started. The Khalsa Panth was started, Pragatyo Paramatam ki Mauj. Through the happiness, through the Chardi-Kala of Akal Purukh themselves, was this Panth actually started. So Maharaj themselves, they're saying, oh, how am I going to get this Chardi-Kala? How am I going to start this Chardi-Kala Panth? How am I going to start this Khalsa Panth? And Maharaj goes, there's only one way to do it. They go, Thad payo main jor kar. Bachan kahan sir nyay. So Thad payo means khadya hoya. Thad payo main jor kar. Kar he means hands. Thad payo main jor kar. Bachan kahan sir nyay. Lowering my head, sir nyay. Then Maharaj goes, Panth chalai tab jagt mein jab tum karo sahaya. Only when you are actually going to be able to do kirpa, blessing upon me, Vaheguru, then this Panth, then the Khalsa Panth will flourish. So Maharaj here is saying, Thad pe ho main jod kar. So they're doing it, so all this thing, standing up, hath jod ke, it's all about benti, having nimrata, having that humility. Humility is one quality again of being someone who's in Chardi-Kala. You cannot have Chardi-Kala and Hankar in pride. Because that would twist it, and then you will end up having many, many different things affect you, and then you can go down, 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 and then you will lose that Chardi-Kala. The Chardi-Kala only happens with the blessings of Akal Purukh Vaheguru. So I went on to Excel and I created this amazing graph to describe how Chardi-Kala works. Took me a while. I forgot to use Excel. So this is Chardi-Kala here. If you look at it here, we start from the bottom and going up. So Chardi-Kala is Chadana, like we got Paudi and Chadana to climb up. We're rising. So this is Chardi-Kala. So this, I've got two examples here of like, so one person who's going in Chardi-Kala and then they're going to carry on. This person here is not going in Chardi-Kala, and we call that Tandi-Kala. So it's an actual word, it's not just something I made up. Tangi, like, no tadi. Tadi means like knock down, like kar no tada, like knock down the house. So Tandi is going down. So here, this is when our kala, like our form, our energy, what we are, is going down. Like we're going into all these different stages of dok and sok and many, many different. Our mind goes in flying around left, right, center, the anxiety, the sadness. Maraga, this is when that Tandi-Kala happens. So this is, you go to Chardi-Kala, but then also, before with that, you can get into something called Khardi-Kala. Like khada ho gaya banda, like you're standing still. So you're in this state, it's not Chardi, it's not going up, you're just this one level. It's like, it's alright, cool, I'm alright. I'm not like, not feeling that anand sometimes. But you're not in that Tandi-Kala form either. So again, so you got this line here where you can go up, the red one, and you're going up, and you start to go, yeah, it's cool, like getting a lot of anand. But then something happens, you're not able to keep up that discipline, sometimes not able to keep up that sangat, and you get into Khardi-Kala, like, okay, cool, I'm doing my nityanem, life's going cool. But then you may lose that sangat, and then we'll end up going down to Tandi-Kala. But sometimes we'll get into Khardi-Kala, and we're in that state like, Maharaj, kuch hunda nahi mainu. I'm not progressing anymore. So that's the state, when we're in Khardi-Kala, we should be doing ardas. The Maharaj ardas karo, that's what goes back to that third pe main jor kar, bachan kahan sir ne, my head lowered. In Nimrata, doing the ardas, Maharaj goes then Chardi-Kala. Maharaj would send us up, flying up, into not literally flying up, but like our mind should literally be flying up in that anand, in that bliss. So how to reach Chardi-Kala, talking about all these different stages, how can we keep that Chardi-Kala going up? And that is to lift others, is to lift ourselves as well. To help others, I mentioned before, Das Gobind Fateh Khalsa, Jajan Pajan Mama Khalsa, Khalsa Pooj Bejo. To worship the Khalsa, to serve the Khalsa is helping others. I helping our fellow Khalsa brothers and sisters. Vidya Vichari Ta Parupakari. So Maharaj has given us an example here. They go, how can you help others? They go, Vidya Vichari. Vidya here means having knowledge, being learnt, having a lot of learning Gurbani, wherever it may be. But Maharaj goes, Vichar Karna. Within a Gurmat perspective, learning about how Naam affects us, how Maya affects us, how to get out of all these worldly entanglements and join to Vaheguru. So if someone sits down and learns this, experiences it, actually lives it, Maharaj goes, Tam par upakari, Tam, then fair, Tam par upakari. Par means others, upakar means help, be beneficial towards others. Maharaj goes, then you can truly be beneficial to others, to help others. If you've got Vidya Vichari, Vichari means to contemplate, contemplating, thinking about it. Maharaj goes, once you've done that, then you can help others. Within that way, then you can actually help other people actually join to Guru Sahib. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard for one person to try and help others. If you're not actually following it yourself, not actually living that Gurbani for yourself, Maharaj goes, then it'll be very hard for you to help others. Live it yourself, then Maharaj goes, you help others. Then that person will always, helping others will help you build up that Chardi-Kala even more. Maharaj goes, another thing here, they go, Sanj kari jai gun hai keri. So if you're going to get together, if you're going to help others, Maharaj goes, how are you going to do it? If you're going to come into Sangat, you're going to come and do seva of others. Maharaj goes, don't just jump in and do what you want. Because what the mind's going to want to do is start doing slandering, gossiping, chatting about other people, saying, Plana banda hai, karda hai, banda yadda hai, ye maada hai, changa hai. That's what we like doing when we start going into Sangat, talking with other people. Maharaj goes, no. They go, when you're going to have that Sangat, when you're going to go with others, you're going to help that Sangat grow together and get that Chardi-Kala. Maharaj goes, Sanj kari jai gun hai keri. Gun hai means gun, good qualities. Talk about good qualities. You're going to talk about someone, koi maadi gal na karo. Talk about them, you can talk them out in a good way. But at the end of the day, the only vichar we should really be having is joining about us back to Gurbani, joining us back to Guru Sahib. Chat about Sakhi, chat about something you learned from Gurbani. Maharaj said, this is the kind of guna that we should be discussing with each other. Sanj krijay gune kari chhod avguna chaliye. Maharaj, don't even mention avguna. Avguna means those bad qualities. Don't mention them at all. Forget about them. Maharaj, then we can actually truly help others and be par upakar. We can actually be helping other people, focusing on that path of Chardi-Kala, and that will help us as well. It will be that guide, it will be that anchor for us as well. So, for a quick little summary, Sukhdeep Singh is going to finish it off.
So just to summarize quickly, so what we've just covered in this talk is we've gone through Guru Sahib's history and how much Chardi-Kala that they had. And we give, many practical examples that, apply Gurbani into life, listen to history, the itihas of the Gurus, and, it inspire you. And you see the Chardi-Kala of Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj, and then it make you want to be in high spirits as well. But that's almost one side of the spectrum. Just to quickly touch upon the other side. On one side, we could do all these good actions, read Bard, listen to Gurbani, listen to Katha, and etc., etc. And we're almost, putting ourselves in that positive state. And there's the other side, what VG just mentioned, which is actually, doing the wrong actions, like, doing India and doing Tugliya and stuff like this. And we're almost just pulling ourselves back down again. So just to touch upon this last point now, it's like these two things. We've got anchor, and then we got balloons. Okay? So when we are starting to bring other people down, that almost puts an anchor on us as well. And then we start to go down as well. So we can never be Chardi-Kala if we keep cussing other people or putting other people down. But if we try and uplift other people, then we can be Chardi-Kala as well. It's as simple as that. And this is the thing, last Pankti, and I promised to finish, because I thought it was going to be like half an hour. I ended up going for longer. But anyway, Guru Sahib says this beautiful Pankti. They say to us, Satguru tak liya, mohe papi parda. What they're saying here is that my Satguru, tak liya, they actually protect me. They cover up all my faults. Mohe papi parda. I'm such a big papi. I commit so many sins all the time. But Guru Sahib Ji covers all the mistakes that we make. So if Guru Sahib Ji is doing this for us, then why can't we do this for other people around us? Okay, because again, like we said, those guns, those qualities have been put into us now. As a Sikh of the Guru, we should be doing this stuff as well. So we should be trying to protect the honor of other people. And when we can do this, then we can meet Chardi-Kala as well. And then we'll be like, we've got balloons attached to us. So I'm sure this many balloons can't pick me up, but you get the idea. It will help us rise as well. Stay in Chardi-Kala. So we've come to the end of the presentation now. I would say if there's any questions you can ask, but we've run out of time basically. So afterwards, you can just approach one of us. Please forgive all the mistakes we must have made, and if we said anything to offend anyone, then please forgive us as well. Again, we're just learners, we're just learning as well, just like you guys. So hopefully you took something away from today's talk and you feel inspired as well. So please forgive all the mistakes we must have made. And let's just finish with a Fateh. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.